Welcome to our channel Learn by Animation. If you have not subscribed our channel, then subscribe. It gives me motivation to make video like this. In a quiet, serene world, where the rushing waters of life often cloud the clarity of the mind, a timeless truth exists. Intelligence is not merely about knowing, it is about understanding what to embrace and, more importantly, what to avoid. The teachings of Zen and Buddhist philosophy have illuminated this path for centuries, guiding seekers toward simplicity and enlightenment. An intelligent person sees through the noise, recognizes the chains hidden within desires, and gracefully steps away, one ancient saying goes. This narrative is woven with wisdom, offering profound lessons on three critical aspects of life that an intelligent person consciously avoids through an engaging, thought-provoking tale. Let us dive deep into this wisdom, unearthing its relevance and application in our lives. In a distant realm, there lived a sage who was sought after by countless individuals. Known for their profound insights, the sage taught in riddles, stories, and moments of silence. One day, three travelers, each burdened by their struggles, came to the sage seeking guidance. The first traveler was weighed down by endless comparisons with others. The second was entangled in material greed, constantly chasing possessions. The third was a victim of their emotions, reacting impulsively to every situation. The sage listened intently and said, "There are three things an intelligent person avoids in life: comparison, greed, and reactive emotions. Let me explain why." The burden of comparison. The sage led the first traveler to a flowing river. "What do you see?" The sage asked. "I see the river flowing, each drop moving at its own pace." The traveler replied, "Now tell me." The sage continued, "Does one drop ever compete with another? Do they not flow harmoniously, each fulfilling its purpose?" The traveler pondered this. "When you compare yourself to others," the sage explained, "you forget your unique purpose. Comparison breeds jealousy, insecurity, and a false sense of superiority. An intelligent person recognizes this trap and avoids it, choosing instead to walk their own path." The traveler reflected deeply, recalling the sleepless nights spent envying the success of others and feeling inferior. "How can I free myself from this?" The traveler asked. "Understand that your journey is uniquely yours," the sage replied. "No two lives are the same. Just as the river flows without competition, so too should you flow with acceptance of your pace and purpose." Satisfied with this wisdom, the traveler felt a weight lift from their shoulders. Buddhist teachings emphasize the concept of dukkha, or suffering, which often arises from attachment to illusions such as comparison. Zen wisdom teaches us to embrace the present moment without judgment, recognizing the futility of measuring ourselves against others. In doing so, we liberate ourselves from unnecessary pain too. The chains of greed. The sage turned to the second traveler and handed them a golden cup filled with water. "Hold this," the sage said. As the traveler grasped the cup, the sage began pouring more water into it until it overflowed, spilling everywhere. The traveler stepped back in alarm. "Why did you step back?" the sage asked. "The cup couldn't hold more," the traveler said. "It was already full." "Exactly," the sage replied. "Greed is like an overflowing cup. It can never be satisfied, and it spills chaos into your life. An intelligent person avoids greed because it blinds them to what they already have, leading to endless dissatisfaction." The traveler lowered their gaze, recalling years spent chasing wealth and possessions, only to feel emptier with each acquisition. "But how can I find contentment?" "Gratitude," the sage replied simply. "Look around you and recognize the abundance in simplicity. Wealth is not measured by possessions, but by the peace in your heart." The traveler nodded, beginning to see the wisdom in living with enough rather than endlessly pursuing more. In Buddhism, the principle of tanha, or craving, is considered one of the roots of suffering. Greed stems from an insatiable desire for more, creating a cycle of attachment and discontent. Zen practice encourages minimalism and mindfulness, allowing us to find joy in the present and contentment in what we already possess free. The chaos of reactive emotions. Finally, the sage turned to the third traveler and handed them a lit candle. Carry this flame through the storm, the sage instructed. As the travelers stepped outside, the wind began to blow fiercely, threatening to extinguish the flame. Panicked, the traveler shielded the candle with trembling hands, but the flame went out. The traveler returned, dejected. "Why did you lose the flame?" The sage asked. "I reacted to the storm with panic," the traveler admitted. "I let the wind control my actions." "Precisely," the sage said. "Reactive emotions are like storms. They disrupt your inner peace and extinguish your clarity. An intelligent person avoids reacting impulsively, instead cultivating calmness and mindfulness in every situation." The traveler reflected on countless moments of anger, fear, and impulsive decisions that had caused harm. "How can I master my emotions?" "Through awareness," the sage replied. "Pause before you act. Observe your emotions without judgment, and let the storm pass before you respond. In stillness lies strength." The traveler felt a profound sense of understanding, realizing that true power comes not from control over others, but from mastery over oneself. Zen teachings emphasize the importance of Zantian, or awareness, in the present moment, as a way to navigate life's challenges. Buddhism teaches that emotions, when unchecked, lead to samsara, or the cycle of suffering. By practicing mindfulness and self-regulation, we transcend reactive patterns and achieve inner harmony. The story of the three travelers may have concluded, but the teachings they received echo through time, offering guidance to anyone willing to listen. The practice of avoiding comparison, greed, and reactive emotions is not a one-time decision, but a lifelong journey. Let us delve deeper into how each of these three principles can be applied and practiced consistently in daily life, ensuring they become a part of our inner being. Releasing the grip of comparison. Comparison often begins subtly, a fleeting thought about someone's success, appearance, or possessions. Before we realize it, these thoughts spiral into feelings of inadequacy or superiority, creating divisions in our hearts. The practice of self-awareness, to avoid comparison, cultivates self-awareness. Observe your thoughts when you notice yourself comparing. Ask, "Why am I feeling this way? What does this comparison say about my own insecurities?" Instead of fixating on others, turn inward. Focus on your growth, progress, and unique qualities. Mindful affirmation. Create a mantra to remind yourself of your intrinsic worth. Repeat it daily. I am enough. My journey is mine alone, and it is unfolding as it should. Finding joy in others' success. Intelligent individuals celebrate others' achievements without diminishing their own. Practicing genuine happiness for others fosters gratitude and builds meaningful connections. Breaking the cycle of envy. 2. Cultivating contentment over greed. Greed operates on a deceptive principle. Just one more, and I'll be happy. But the truth is, the pursuit of more often leads to an endless void, the practice of minimalism. Examine your life and possessions. Ask yourself, do I truly need this? Will it add value to my life or burden me further? Declutter your space and mind. Let go of excess, whether material, emotional, or mental. Gratitude journaling. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice shifts your focus from what you lack to the abundance you already have. Acts of generosity. An antidote to greed is giving. Share your resources, time, or knowledge with others. In giving, you'll discover the profound joy of sufficiency and connection. Mastering emotions through mindfulness. Reactive emotions like anger, fear, or frustration often lead to regrets. Yet, they are natural and inevitable. The key lies in how we respond to them. The pause technique, when overwhelmed by emotion, pause before reacting. Take 3 deep breaths. This moment of stillness can prevent hasty words or actions that might cause harm. Mindful observation. Practice observing your emotions without judgment. Recognize them as temporary visitors rather than permanent residents. For instance, instead of saying, "I am angry," say, "I notice anger within me." This subtle shift creates distance between you and your feelings, empowering you to respond thoughtfully. The power of silence. When emotions run high, silence can be your greatest ally. Choose to step away, reflect, and return with clarity. As a Zen saying teaches, silence is not the absence of words, but the presence of understanding. By avoiding comparison, greed, and reactive emotions, you don't just transform your own life. You influence those around you. When you let go of comparison, you inspire others to embrace their uniqueness. When you overcome greed, you model the beauty of contentment. When you master your emotions, you create a ripple of peace in an otherwise chaotic world. This transformation begins with you, but doesn't end with you. As you embody these principles, you contribute to a collective awakening, fostering harmony in relationships, communities, and beyond. Practical exercises for daily life. To solidify these teachings, here are some practical exercises. Morning ritual for clarity. Start your day by reflecting on the 3 principles. Set an intention to practice self-awareness, gratitude, and mindfulness throughout the day. The evening reflection. Before bed, ask yourself, did I compare myself to others today? Was I content with what I had? How did I respond to my emotions? Use these reflections not to judge, but to learn and grow. The gratitude walk. Take a daily walk, focusing on the beauty around you. Practice gratitude for nature, your body, and the simple joys of life. This mindful practice strengthens your connection to the present moment. One day, a young student approached a sage and asked, "How will I know if I've mastered these teachings?" The sage smiled and replied, "Mastery is not the goal, awareness is." The moment you catch yourself comparing, craving, or reacting, you are already practicing wisdom. The path is not about perfection, but about presence. The story of the 3 travelers reminds us that wisdom is not about adding more to our lives, but about letting go of what no longer serves us. In a world driven by competition, choose self-acceptance. In a culture obsessed with accumulation, embrace contentment. Amidst the storms of life, cultivate inner calm. These are the hallmarks of an intelligent life, a life lived with intention, grace, and peace. May this tale inspire you to walk your path with clarity, avoiding the traps of comparison, greed, and reactive emotions. Remember, the journey is yours, and in each mindful step lies the wisdom of the universe. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video.